Hi, it's me, Johnny Thompson. I'm here at the Magic Castle, and Criss Angel and I are going to be showing you how to become a mind freak. We're going to show you several mind freaks, and we hope that, yes.
Johnny, we got to get inside. We're at the legendary Magic Castle here in Hollywood, California. And we're going to teach them some mind freaks, huh?
Absolutely. We're going to make them all mind
freaks. First, they're going to, like, see the performance.
And then they'll see how to do it.
Then they're going to practice it in front of a mirror.
Correct.
And then they're going to fool their friends. So let's get started.
One last thing. Remember, don't tell the secrets.
Well, then we'll be out of a job.
That's correct.
Come on, let's go. We got to
follow us, guys.
After you, sir.
Okay.
This way?
Well, they're doing really well tonight. They must know you're here.
Yeah, well, actually, no, they know you're here.
Well, of course. I didn't want to say it myself.
All right, how do we get in this place?
Well, you know, you have to say the magic words into the owl.
Alakazam?
No.
Hocus pocus? Oh, those are the old magic words,
yes,
right?
Yes, try your own.
Oh, you mean the Magic Castle is getting, like, totally provocative?
Yes.
Watch this. Mind freak.
See what I mean?
Pretty good. I'm getting up in the world, huh?
Yes, indeed. They know who you are.
All right. How many people here heard of three-card Monte? How many people played three-card Monte? How many people lost their money? You used to hustle people. You didn't lose your money, you made.
No, I was a bad player.
Oh, you just don't want to admit it. Come on, John. Johnny, come on.
Okay.
All right, we're going to make it simpler. We're going to do two-card Monte.
I could even win that.
Yeah, it's very simple. You take two cards. You take, like, the Eight of Spades and the King of Hearts, right? Eight of Spades, King of Hearts. And you just memorize where they go, right? So if I take the Eight of Spades, actually, I'll take the King of Hearts first. I'll place it into my breast pocket right over here. Take the Eight of Spades, put it behind my back. Where's the Eight of Spades?
Behind your back.
No, you have to watch a little more carefully because that's the King of Hearts. Inside my breast pocket is, of course, the Eight of Spades. I'll show you again. Watch. King of Hearts, Eight of Spades. Do it one more time. We'll take the Eight of Spades this time, place it into my breast pocket, okay? Take the King of Hearts, place it inside my back pocket, okay? Where's the King of Hearts?
In your back pocket.
No. She's not watching, Johnny.
I guess not.
Not at all. I showed you that the King of Hearts is in my pocket, you see? In my back pocket, as I pointed out before, would be the Eight of Spades.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't win.
You make a good living at it, though. But you shouldn't.
Two-card Monte. Although it's called two-card Monte and appears to only use two cards, we actually use more than that. First of all, we take two cards from a pack of cards. These are from Criss Angel's deck, which is available at ChrissAngel.com. That's a paid political announcement. And we take two more from another deck of his cards, a King of Hearts and Eight of Spades, and we make them into gaffed cards.
Wait, Johnny. What are gaffed cards? I don't know.
Oh, that's a magician's term for trick cards.
Oh.
And so what we did is we took the Eight of Spades and King of Hearts from another deck and glued them back to back, and we created a gaff card known as a double-faced card. Has a face on both sides. Then we took two jokers from one of your decks and glued them together, and we created a double back card. We glued them face to face. Now that's the secret to the trick. And in order to make those appear to be two separate cards, we have to learn a basic move called the two-card Monte move.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to place the Eight of Spades here, the double back card here, and it's going to appear as if I have two different cards. I show the Eight of Spades, and I'm going to push this card forward and pull the Eight backward as I turn my hand over, and watch what happens. It's a push-pull move, and it appears now that there's a King of Hearts on that side and an Eight of Spades there. They superimpose their positions.
So let me ask you something. So if I took the double back card and place it onto our
double face card,
and I do this,
yeah,
but I add the turn with it, it's going to create the illusion of that. Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that great?
So all I'm doing is I'm pushing the card and pulling while I'm turning. That's in slow motion.
Yes.
One more time.
That's correct.
What a
That's
great move.
Yeah, and
What a great
in
move.
real time, it looks like the real thing.
Absolutely.
All right, now we go into the preparation of the trick. Before you do it, you take the King of Hearts, and you're going to place that in your back pocket. And then we're going to take the 8 of Spades, and I'm going to place that in my shirt pocket. Now we're ready to perform. You begin by showing the 2 cards. Now, once again, this is the double facer and the double backer, but using the basic move, we're going to show 2 individual cards. We show the 8 of Spades, do the basic move, show the King of Hearts, and again, show the 8 of Spades. I say, I'm going to take the King of Hearts and place it in my inner jacket pocket. I'm going to place the 8 of Spades behind my back. What's behind my back?
The 8 of Spades.
Now you turn the card over behind your back and bring it out immediately and say, no, I placed the King of Hearts behind my back.
Wait a second. So you're telling me when you put the 8 of Spades, which is on the back, you just turned your hand over.
You just actually turn your hand over like this and bring it right back out.
Got it.
Now you set that on the table and you say, no, the 8 of Spades is here in my pocket. You bring out the double backer and look at it as if it were the 8 of Spades. And now you place it on top and you say, I'll give you another chance. Now you do the basic move again, showing the King of Hearts here, the 8 of Spades on that side, and the King of Hearts. Say, this time I'm going to put the 8 of Spades in my pocket, and I'm going to place the King of Hearts behind my back. What is behind my back?
The King of Hearts.
Now I've just switched the double face card for the real 8 of Spades that's in my back pocket, and that's what I bring out at this point.
And now you're clean.
I'm very clean. It's a regular card, see? And now I throw that down and I say, actually, the King of Hearts is here in my pocket, and now you reach in and take out the real King of Hearts with the back facing out.
So you leave the double...
The double back is here. The double face is in my pocket.
And
I'm
you
clean,
end
and
up-
I turn this up
Wow.
and show it over. And now you're clean. They can examine the cards, and no one is the wiser.
Over here we have an empty bag. I want you to open it up, check it out, examine it. Actually, even show the camera that it is completely empty. Good, right? Nothing in there? No? All right, and I have a marker over here and some blank pieces of paper over here, correct? What I'm going to try to do here is, good. With that, I'll do that with that. Keep this right over here. I have some blank pieces of paper. I just want you to randomly yell out for me some fruit. Go ahead, name a piece of fruit.
Mango.
A mango. A mango, okay.
Not an orange,
Got it.
but a mango.
Perfect. Would you be kind? Okay, we'll do that. Good, name a piece of fruit for me.
Melon.
Melon.
Peach.
Peach. I kind of feel kind of peachy right now, actually. All right.
Blueberries.
Blueberries. Okay.
Does it cover cherry?
Why not? All right. Name some more for me. Make this real
Pineapple.
difficult. Pineapple. Okay. Who else?
Apple.
Anybody else?
Orange.
Hey,
All right. There we go. You do another one?
One more.
One more? Anybody?
Watermelon.
Okay. Okay. So we've picked a bunch of different random fruit that we wrote down on these blank pieces of paper, folded them up, threw it into the bag that you examined, made sure that was empty as well. Now what we're going to do is shake up all the different fruit, make a nice little fruit salad. Do that. Be so kind to just give that a little quick shake. Good. Pass it along. Same thing. Give it a little shake. Pass it along. Same thing. Same thing. Good. Now, I want you to open up the top. What was your first name?
Courtney.
Courtney. Nice to meet you. Reach your hand inside. Don't look. Select just one and bring it out. Be so kind to tell me, what does that say?
Apple.
Apple. kind of interesting because I made a prediction before we even began this. It's been sitting here all the whole time.
No. Oh my God. That's crazy, guys.
This one is a great mentalism effect, premonition.
Yes, this is one I've done many
Well, that's my
times.
prediction right there.
Yes.
And my lunch.
Yes, of course. In one bag, you're going to place your prediction. Since we're talking about fruit, we're going to place the most common piece of fruit people will name, an apple, inside the bag. And seal it. This is your premonition.
And you could do this with, you know, a variety of things,
Well,
not
yes,
just
sir.
fruit. You could
No.
do it with colors.
Absolutely. This is the most graphic demonstration because you actually have a piece of fruit in the bag, which is always a very solid
Strong.
finish.
It's a strong finish. And what you're going to have is a bunch of small and blank,
Pieces of paper.
yes, a bunch of them. And essentially, you're just going to ask, in this example, it's fruit. We're going to ask people to name a bunch of fruit. And no matter what they say,
That's correct.
I'm going to write down apple on every piece of paper.
And you're going
That's
to
the
keep
truth.
doing it
Until you hear it.
get somebody to say apple. But because apple's the most common, it's said in the first couple of requests.
And you want, you know, a decent amount of crumpled pieces of paper going into that bag.
So all it is this. You say, would you call out the name
Call
of
out
the
a
piece
name.
of fruit? And the guy says an orange.
And as he calls that out, I would be talking, but I'm writing apple.
In other words, no
Not
matter,
orange.
yes, no matter what happens, he's always going to write apple, no matter
Even
what
if
name.
he says watermelon, I'm going to write apple, but in that case, I'm going to use my finger, and it's best to use just a pen or a pencil as opposed to a marker, because sometimes certain markers make noises, and you know when you're writing or not writing. So you want to, so if somebody says watermelon, you want to use your finger, you write apple, and after you come to the E, you would continue on with some letters, creating the illusion that you're writing a longer word. Once you've written your word, you fold the paper so that they can't see whether it's a short word or a long word, and you just throw it into the baggie there.
Then you have someone else call out another, and they
Pick a piece
say
of-
banana.
Banana, okay.
He still writes just the word apple.
Apple. Fold it up. Place it into the bag. And you do this process,
The next person says apple.
apple.
Now you know you're home free.
Now once you have the slips in there and you have the slip with the fruit written on it that was called out that you actually have in your prediction bag, then you can seal the bag up, shake it up. Really doesn't matter because every piece of paper in here says apple. And you have anybody reach inside, make a big deal. Look, I want you to reach inside.
They take out a prediction.
Take out a prediction. One thing that we forgot that we should point out is in the very beginning of this demonstration, it's important to have the bag that's empty examined to verify that there's nothing inside the bag so that people don't think that you have other predictions hidden in there in some way because you cannot show the bag after you're done with the demonstration. You want to get rid of it. So that's an important point that you want to make sure you do. So now you selected one, sir?
Yes.
As soon as he selects that, before he even opens it, I take the bag, I crumple it up, and get rid of the evidence right away.
Absolutely.
Would you like to look at your prediction?
Yes, sir.
I have no idea what it could be. We've picked out a bunch of fruit. We're recapping right now. We wrote them down, put them in a bag, and yet you picked what?
The word is apple.
That's amazing, because inside my prediction, I don't even want to touch it. Can you open it up for me?
And of course, when they empty the contents,
An apple. An apple.
a graphic demonstration.
And you'll be getting a thunderous round of applause. So I ask you to take a napkin, rip it in 3 pieces, and roll it into 3 tiny balls. And you've done that.
Yeah.
You have 3. 1, 2, 3. Nothing in the hand. I'm going to take 1, 2, take the 3rd one, place it into my pocket. How many in my hand?
2.
The one that was in my pocket, jump back to the one that was in my hand, so now we have 3. Okay? I'll show you again. We have 1, 2, and the third one goes into my pocket. I ask you once again, how many are in the hand?
2.
2. You haven't watched very carefully because there are 3. I'll show you one more time.
He's going to keep doing this till you.
Yeah, until you really applaud. How many are in my hand?
3.
They've procreated. My invention. Procreation.
It's a wonderful title.
It's a great title. Better than the old title, I'll tell you that. People ask why you would name this trick procreation. When you see the ending, you'll understand it. First off, you're going to need some napkins that you're going to roll up into little tight little wads, little balls.
Like these.
Right. And you're going to actually hide some, not only in your pocket. Let me show that real quick. Right over here.
So you have 8 or 10 in your
Yeah,
pocket.
you have a bunch there. You also keep one in finger palm position. And you keep this hand obviously very natural. Keep the back of the palm, the back of the hand, excuse me, showing. Don't show the front. You'll give it away. And why don't you be the spectator, Johnny?
Okay.
We have 3 little napkins rolled up into to small, tight balls. I'm going to show you something with my hand. It's completely empty. I'm going to take 1. Now, on the second one, I'm going to appear to throw just this one into my hand. In reality, I'm going to be throwing the finger palm ball along with the second one, together as one. It's going to look like this. 2.
And I can't tell that you're
Right,
throwing
let me show it
1
to you
or
again.
2. Okay.
All right? In actuality, I'm going to take the first napkin and throw it in my hand. And when I throw the second one, I'm really going to throw both balls, the one that's in finger palm position along with the second one. So it's going to look like that.
And
Which
it
creates the illusion, yeah. It's just.
To me, it looks like you just
Yeah.
threw with the second ball.
Yeah.
Correct.
Then I'm going to take the remaining ball on the table, which appears to be the third one. I'm going to take it and place it into my pocket. In reality, I'm not placing it in my pocket. I'm putting my hand in my pocket, but getting it in finger palm position once again. I remove my hand. I say, how many balls are in my hand?
2.
No, there's actually 3.
Oh, the one from your pocket came
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
Pretty magical. Can I see that again?
Absolutely, you can. I'll do it for you very slowly. 1. Again, I throw 2 into my hand. This time when I go to my pocket, I pick up a bunch of little napkins.
As many as he can hold.
Yes. And I say, how many are in my hand?
I say 2.
No, you aren't watching carefully. There's 3. Let me show it to you one more time. Now I have all of these small little balls in my hand. I just pick up the 3 balls that are on the table, add them, and I say, how many balls are in my hand? I'll make it really, really simple this time.
3.
3. This is the best part. It's why it's called procreation.
My word. All right, you can catch it.
No, no, I can just predict what will happen. Okay? We have this young, beautiful young lady right over there. And your name is?
Alessandra,
Alexander. Where are you from?
Venezuela.
Venezuela, Caracas?
Yes.
See that?
The guy is good. You have
Yes,
to
I
admit
am.
it.
Yes, I am. We're going to try a little experiment. I'm going to ask you to write a number,
From 1 to 10.
1 to 100. Write it here really large, and then you're going to take this and you're going to fold it right up. You're going to rip it out. You're going to hand it to me in my back. Okay? Actually, I'm going to keep my back facing you. And Johnny, I want you to do the same thing because I don't want
Okay.
them to think that this is
That's
prearranged in
good.
any way.
Yes.
So just write a number between 1 and 100, and just put it right into my hand over here. Fold it and place it into my hand. You have it? Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Everything been completely fair?
Yes.
It's been fair? Johnny, why don't you grab the
Okay.
pen and stuff like that? Everything's been completely fair. Yet I'm going to try to see if I can actually predict what number she's thinking of, just like I predicted she was from Caracas when she said Venezuela.
If you hit this, you're 100%.
Well, look, to do this, I had my back facing her a moment ago. So I'm going to face my back to her, keep my hands in the same position so you can see everything, okay? And I'm going to try to do this right now. I want you to visualize your number. Actually, I want you to look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Your number is a 2-digit number, am I correct?
Yes.
It is. But what's very interesting is that she picked, in my mind, a 2-digit number, both of which are the same.
Yes.
If I get this right, will I get a kiss on the cheek?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
On the cheek, yes.
On the cheek. Yes. 11.
Yes.
Is it right? Wait. Let's see. 11. There you have it. Woo! Not yet. See that? Johnny, what if I told you I can get into your mind?
Which is the name of this trick.
What you're going to need to do, very simple. Take a Post-it, fold it in half, unfold it, you're ready to begin. I'm going to give you the pad, ask you to write any number between 1 and 100. So I'm going to turn my back, you write the number. I don't want to know what it is. Once you've written the number, I want you to remove the Post-it and place it into my hand.
You want me to fold it?
Please. I want you to fold it because I want you to be assured that it's impossible for me to see. The first thing I'm going to do is feel the Post-it to feel where the sticky part is. And I feel it. It's on my thumb right now. It's actually sticking to my thumb. The reason why I need to feel where the sticky part is because I'm going to turn around to face Johnny. When I do that, I'm actually going to stick the Post-it and unfold it, open it, if you will, so that it sits. I'm going to step away so you can see it right on the chair like that.
Stuck like that. It could be a wall. It could be a stool, which is what we did in the performance.
Right.
But a solid object directly behind him.
Now I'm going to say something to Johnny. You know something, Johnny? I want to look away because I don't want you to think you're giving me any telltale signs. So I want you to think of that number when I look away, okay?
All right.
As I turn around, I apparently still have the Post-it in my closed fist, but I really step back and I get a look at the number. I see the number 71. Now I quickly want to turn around and continue on, and I want to get the Post-it back in my hand now that I got the valuable information. That is the number. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to say, you know what? It's quite difficult, but I think I've accomplished this. The number that you're thinking of, this number means something to you, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it does.
Perhaps an age?
Yes, it is an age of a very dear old friend.
71?
Absolutely correct.
That is it. And look, can you check it out? Let me see. I really was correct.
71.
Look at that.
He really got into my mind.
71 years young, Johnny Thompson. I knew somebody was. It's always, I don't know what I'm doing.
That was really...
You know what? I'm going to try something really, really simple. This is a very simple effect. Can you do me a favor? Could you shuffle those up? Because I really suck. Shuffle them up. We got a poker player. All right. Are you a magician?
No.
Poker player?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. Let me show you how I shuffle the cards. This is how I shuffle the cards. I shuffle the cards just like this. Very, very, very simple. Not as fancy as you. But then again, you get what you pay for. We have the deck. I'm going to ask you to cut the deck anywhere you like. Just cut some of the packet, bring it to you. Go ahead. Now what I want you to do is to crisscross that.
Crisscross.
Yeah, crisscross. Take it. You're
Take
gonna
some
mark.
from
You know, take the whole thing. Take the whole packet
thing?
and put it like the other way, so you're making a plus sign.
Gotcha.
You're actually right now by doing that, you're marking the cut.
All right.
You're marking the cut. All right. And you had it free. You shuffle the deck, then I shuffled it,
Yeah.
then you cut it wherever you want.
Yeah.
To make this even more interesting, I'm going to ask you to remove where he marked his cut. Remove the packet off. And I want you to look at the card that he cut out. But don't let me know what it is.
Don't let us see it.
Don't let us see it, all right? Look at it. Place it face down on the table with your finger
let
on
me
top of it. face down on top of the table, your finger on top. Have you done that?
Yes.
We can turn around, I guess. Let's review. You took the deck, you cut it, I cut it, you took it back, you cut it wherever you wanted. Then she took the card you cut at.
Right.
Pretty confusing.
Yes.
But it all boils down to this. This one card she has under her finger. You know that card. I want you to think of the card. I want you to visualize that card in your mind.
Hold on, I forgot the symbol.
All right. Don't let me know what it is.
Okay.
Look at it. Think of it. I want you to think of the color of the card right now. Think of the color, just the color.
Okay.
You're thinking of a black card, am I correct?
Yes.
Spades.
Yes.
Two of spades. Is that the card?
Yes.
Is that the card? I'm really excited that we're going to show this because these are some wonderful building block techniques that you can create some really wonderful effects with a deck of cards once you've mastered these different techniques.
This is called card thought. But actually, we're going to give you the insights to 3 very clever things for card magic. One is how to shuffle a pack of cards correctly. And Chris is showing you right now how to do that. You just draw the cards off with your left thumb as your right hand just kind of acts as a collator, shifting them back and forth. That's the correct way to shuffle cards. It doesn't have to be neat. In fact, the sloppier it is, the better it looks.
The more impressive the magic looks.
That's correct.
I always make it look sloppy because I don't want people to think that I'm incredible with a deck of cards because then the magic doesn't look as impressive. They think
right.
it's, oh, he can do that with a deck of cards. He can obviously do something
anything,
and look
yes.
like he's reading my mind.
Once you've mastered the overhand shuffle, you're going to use it to secretly glimpse a card. You turn the cards face up and shuffle them. When you turn them face up, you see the very first card. That's the card that we're later going to force on someone. We're going to glimpse it. You see it. And now he shuffles that card singly off the deck first with his left thumb, and now he continues to shuffle in a normal manner. And what that's done is it will transfer that 7 of hearts from the bottom of the deck to the top of the deck. No one's aware of it except Chris, and he knows the identity of the top card. Now they're placed down, and he asks a spectator to cut the cards. And so they cut them. Now he said, I'd like you to mark the cut. And the way you do that is by picking up this other packet and crisscrossing it and setting it on top. Now we can see exactly where you cut the cards. That's the ruse we use. But the truth is, this is still the top of the deck. That's the card they're going to pick. But we're going to use verbal misdirection. In other words, we're going to talk about the cut. We're going to also impress him about the fact that he's cut the cards anywhere, completed the cut, and marked the cut. By then, we've given them enough verbal misdirection that they forgot the action that they did. They really think they cut the cards legitimately. Actually, they only placed the bottom half of the deck on top of the top half. When this is removed, you say, please look at the card you cut to.
Now, people are not going to believe this works, but it completely works.
Yes, it really does.
So the card that I'm going to look at is obviously the top card, the 7 of hearts.
This is called the crisscross force. It's been used by magicians for years and years without being caught under any circumstances.
Absolutely.
It works perfectly well. Once you know that they've looked at the card, that you know the identity, now you start to tell them the card they're thinking of. And the best way to do that is to not just say, you're thinking of the 7 of hearts. That wouldn't mean much. Why don't you demonstrate the way it should be done, Chris?
Well, I always say it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And you could take the simplest effect, like this one, and do something very beautiful with it. So what I would do is I would look at somebody, I would say, I want you to visualize the card you're thinking of. I want you to see first off the color of the card. Is it a black card or a red card? Let me think. You're thinking of a red card, am I correct? And sometimes I even, if they're wearing something like a red shirt or a red blouse or a pair of pants or a dress that has some red in it,
tie.
I say, you know, it's interesting because you're thinking of red and you are actually wearing some red, so you were drawn to red. Think of how you spell. It's a number card, am I correct? Think of how you spell that number. There's an E in that, am I correct? Are you thinking of the 7 of hearts?
And of course, They say yes, and you've performed a miracle. They have no idea that you made them take the card that you already know the identity of.
One other thing that I'd like to point out is instead of having them return the card, because a lot of people forget, believe it or not, the card that they selected. So a lot of times I ask the spectator to actually hold on to that card, keep it on their body, hidden away from me.
That way they can't forget it.
Yeah,
the other thing
it's
is
also the proof.
Yes. The other way to handle it is to have them show it to several other people.
Right.
In case they forget, there are other people to remind them of what the name of the card is.
Absolutely.
And that's card thought.
You know, Johnny and I are not allowed to play cards in a lot of casinos. And this is probably part of the reason. We have a deck of cards here. This is a lot of people's fantasy. I want you to take the deck. I want you to start dealing down, face down, some cards. And keep in mind, you can deal from the middle. I should have told you this before, from the bottom, anywhere you want. Just go right
You
ahead
can
and do
even
that.
drop blocks of cards.
Yeah, if you want to. Whatever wets your whistle. And you can stop anytime you want.
Okay.
Good? Fair enough?
Okay.
Okay, we can disregard that.
Okay.
Put this over here. What I'd like you to do is to pick up the pack.
Okay.
I want you to deal down, face down 4 piles right there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then keep on dealing on top. Perfect. Nice little neat packets. Now I want you to keep in mind, exhaust all the cards, keep on going till we. I want you to keep in mind that you handled the cards.
Right.
You took the pack,
Right.
you top of the deck, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck. You
Right.
stopped when you wanted to stop.
Right.
You completely controlled the whole thing, right?
Right. Right.
Yet I think that you're going to actually be a very good card player if you're not already. The reason? Turn over each top card that you cut to. 1 ace, 2 aces, 3 aces, drum roll, 4 aces. Yeah! Great job. Great job. You know what?
Listen, he's going to be in my room later. And we're going to be playing a game, and we take Bank Americard, MasterCard, and American
There you go.
Express.
The 3 amigos over here, folks. The 3 amigos. There you have it.
The 4-ace trick is a classic, one performed by almost every magician. The version we're going to show you today will make you look like a sleight of hand genius, although it's self-working.
It's great because everybody wants the ability to pull 4 aces at will.
That's correct. Now, before the trick starts, you secretly remove the 4 aces from the pack. They can be in any order, and they're placed on top. Now you're ready to commence with the trick. So, you bring out the pack of cards, you set them down in front of a spectator, and you say, I'd like you to start dealing cards from the top of the deck onto the table, face down, one at a time. And you're going to deal until you feel like stopping, but please start right now. Once he's dealt 4 cards, you stop him. These, of course, are going to be the 4 aces. They're the first 4 cards dealt. But you stop him and you say, oh, by the way, you don't have to just deal from the top of the deck. You can deal from anywhere. You can deal from the middle. You can deal from the bottom. Why don't you do that? So we get random cards, apparently. So they deal. You even can say you can drop blocks of cards.
Blocks?
Yes, you can drop 10 or 12 cards.
Really?
Yeah. You know, you can keep dealing single until you feel like stopping.
I'm good. I'm
All right.
stopping.
You take the rest of the cards from him and you say, pick those cards up and deal them into 4 piles on the table. And keep dealing cards on top of each other until you exhaust the cards. Now, in their mind, they've dealt cards from everywhere. They're not aware that they already dealt the first 4 cards down, which will be the last 4 cards to come off the deck, regardless if it's an even or uneven amount of cards. And now you say, have you played cards much?
No.
Well, you must, because if you're not an expert, I don't know how you did this. Turn over the top 4 cards, and of course, much to their surprise, they're going to see the 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, the 4-ace trick.
Not bad.
Not bad at
Never
all.
played cards in my life. So I want to try something. Who has any change? Just I need a quarter, nickel, penny, dime, anything, anything at all, anything at all, anything at
What do you like?
all. Whatever you have, doesn't matter. Drop one on the floor, doesn't matter. There, right. You know what I want you to do? We have a penny, a penny, a penny. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to turn my back. I want you to pick up that penny, and I want you to hold it up to your mind. I want you to concentrate. I want you to really focus in on that penny. And when I turn around, Johnny's going to be facing the other way too. I'm going to try to determine. You're going to bring both your hands forward. I'm going to try to determine just by looking at you what hand the penny's in and what hand it's not.
All right. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
It's only a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, well, if you get it 10 out of 10 times,
Well, that's true.
it's still 50-50.
That's true. All right, we're going to turn around.
I want you to place your hand up, and I'm going to do the same thing. You're righty, am I correct? All right.
But she could be in your left hand or
Yes,
right.
I know that, but I'm asking if she's righty. And she is a righty, but yet she could be taking it and putting it in her left hand to fool me. But I don't know that. But she has to stay committed to one of those hands right now on her head. Keep it in your mind. Keep it in your mind, keep it in your mind, keep it in your mind. Have you done that? Mm-hmm. Okay, bring both your hands in front of you, outstretch, and I'm going to turn around. Look at her. Look at me. There you go. You're good. You thought about going to the left, though, didn't you? You thought about going to the
I
left.
was trying to confuse you by thinking left.
Yeah. Good, very good. This is called which hand? Not as a flying witch, which hand?
Yes.
I'm going to turn my back. You're going to take the quarter, place it in either hand, and I want you to concentrate up. So put it up to your head, all right?
Okay.
The one that the coin's in.
Yes.
And then I'll tell you to bring your hands in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn around, and we're going to try an experiment.
Okay.
Okay? Okay.
I pick it up with either hand.
Either hand, place it in one of them.
Yes.
Make a fist.
Yes.
Hold it up to your head as if you're sending me the thoughts.
I'm sending you the thoughts.
You're not sending them very clearly. You got to really concentrate, really put all of your energy into sending me the thought of which hand that coin is in. I'm starting to get something. I'm beginning to get something. It's becoming more apparent. And yes, I believe I have it, Johnny. Place both your hands now in front of you. Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Now I'm going to turn around. Now, the secret is, because you had your fist with the coin in it by your head, all the blood rushed down your arm. Therefore, I look at which hand is lighter, knowing which hand the coin is in. And I saw that hand. It was lighter. That tells me that the coin is in that hand.
You're absolutely correct.
There you go.
A very simple secret, but a very puzzling trick.
Which hand? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. That's amazing. All right, Johnny, what are we doing?
I'll be right back.
Can you go to the bathroom afterwards?
Oh, I've got to get something.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Chris.
What are you doing?
No, come here. I'm just going to cut these
No,
strings.
they're supposed to be there.
Those strings?
Yes, where did you get this knife from, Johnny? Come
The
on.
Castle Kitchen.
You know where I got this from, Johnny?
Yes, Criss
Don't
Angel.
say it. Don't say it.
Okay.
I'm just asking if you knew where I got it from.
ChrissAngel.com. He makes me do that.
All right, this is what I want you to do, Johnny, is I want you to watch.
Okay.
The knife, and we got this bandana over here that I'm going to hold just like this with the knife in it. Now watch. Hup. And there it goes. Boom. So you can't hurt anybody.
Well, thank you, Chris, but I still like to get rid of those things. I don't think they look very good.
No? Okay. All right. Well, you know, you're looking good there. You're looking good. Let me think of a name for you.
Someday you could call me Peaches Melba.
You know what? Take that off. I don't like it one bit. I thought he was going to be a chick, but unfortunately you're not. So you're scaring me. We'll do it like this, Johnny. Enough of it. What is this called, by the way?
This is called knifed.
Exactly. It certainly is. Keep that type of tone up.
Knifed.
Yes. Good. Energy. I love it.
Knifed.
There you go.
Okay.
This is the explanation for knives. You have a knife, you have a bandana. This could be, you know, a handkerchief.
A napkin.
A napkin, anything. You appear to take the handkerchief and place it over the knife. But in reality, it looks like the knife is here, doesn't it? But it's not. It's really my finger that's holding the shape of the knife. I'm not going to place the bandana on because I want you to see it as if you could see through the handkerchief.
As if you had an invisible bandana.
Exactly.
Okay.
What really happens is this. The knife goes right down the sleeve.
But because of the forefinger, they still think it keeps its shape. Why don't you
Exactly.
cover it and show
Yes.
it what it looks like?
So it looks like that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it
Right?
looks like you still
Looks
have the
good.
knife.
Now, you remove the bandana as if the knife was still underneath there. So you obviously don't keep your finger like this.
Yes.
You're going to remove it just like this. Boom. Throw it up in the air, and it appears that the knife has completely vanished. Now, if you're going to take your hand and bring it to your side, be aware that the knife will come out of your sleeve. So you got to curl your fingers.
So it drops into your palm.
Yes, just like that.
That's perfect.
Great little effect called
Knifed.
What Chris is going to do right now is called impromptu magic. This is the type of magic you can do around a dinner table with objects on the table. Why don't you show him what I'm talking about, Chris?
So here we got the explanation.
Of the levitating roll.
The first thing you're going to do is you need to set this thing up, but you need to do it under cover of just having a normal meal with your friends and family.
So you're doing the sneaky work in advance of the trick.
Absolutely. So I'm going to get a roll as if I was going to eat it. Hey, Johnny, how are you? And while you're talking to Laurie over there, I'm
While
going to put
everyone
it
looks away, you just...
in my lap right over
I
here.
got it, yes.
Then I'm going to get the fork.
So you're going to basically get rid of that, too.
Yeah, I'm going to make this go under the table. And at the perfect opportunity, while everybody's talking, I'm going to take the fork and insert it under the table, just to show you what this looks like, into the bottom of the roll, making sure it's nice and secure. It won't fall off. Again, I would do this down here. Once I've completed that, I leave that there. Come up, I wait for the perfect opportunity. Hey, Chris, you know what? I heard you do some magic. Can you do something right now? Actually, I can. I'm kind of unprepared, but I'll try something. Let's see. Notice I'll take the napkin, I'll open it up, and I just make a gesture like this, as if I'm flipping, getting some air, spreading it out. But really what I'm doing is conditioning my
For
spectators.
what's about to happen.
Yeah, which is
and
the
I
steal.
notice your hand position, which is very important. Your thumbs have to be hidden on the back
Yes.
side of the napkin.
Yes, exactly. And you want to keep both hands consistent so that one hand doesn't look like it's doing something that the other one is not.
I
Okay?
understand, so they don't know how it's being operated.
Exactly. It looks, you know, the same. So you go like this the first time. The second time you come back, and as you come back, you're going to steal the dinner roll, which is what I just did.
By holding the end of the fork.
Yeah, I have it just like this.
Yes.
So it looks like this, basically. So I'm going to come forward, and as I come forward, I'm going to let the dinner roll pop up.
And it actually looks like
it's-
something's floating
Yeah,
up
we don't know
away
what
and-
it is, and I pull it back. And as I pull it back, I open the cloth up so that you can see it. And as I do that, I bring the dinner roll up to the center as if it was floating. Now, you got to be very careful. You don't go too far because you'll expose the fork, which is not good, obviously.
So you want to keep that below the edge of the napkin.
Absolutely. So now it looks like it's floating, right? And now for the ending, you bring down the dinner roll to the center of the handkerchief or the dinner napkin, come up, bring it back down, and as you come back down, you're gonna drop the roll and the fork into your lap, just like this, and come up and throw it up, and it looks like it just vanished.
A levitating roll.
What are we doing next, man?
Well, what we're going to do next is a wonderful trick called link.
What do we use for that?
Well, link, you use borrowed objects. You'll need a ring from someone here at the table.
Have you have a ring? You have a ring?
How about a shoelace? You have a shoelace?
Oh, I have the one on my boot.
Well, take it off.
Well, we need a ring first, right?
Well, okay, get a ring. This takes a ring, a shoelace. I guess you could use a... My word, you have unusual shoelaces.
Well,
Two-toned.
you know.
Good. And also, and it comes off quicker that way, a safety pin, which I think is
Well,
part of your bling.
Yeah, yeah. It's right over here.
Yeah, it's the cheaper part of his bling. Oh, one other thing.
Yes.
We're going to need a handkerchief.
Oh,
And that handkerchief, by the way, friends, is available on the
Where?
Criss Angel's website.
what is the website? I forgot.
Well, if you can't remember, I certainly can't.
It's, anybody know?
ChrissAngel.com,
And how would you spell that?
CRISSANGEL.com.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, shall we begin? We have a shoelace which you can pull on, both of you. Make sure it is a shoelace. Not that you would know or anything. It is a shoelace. And we have a ring, your ring.
Yes.
We also have, as Johnny pointed out, something I was wearing on my shirt.
Polish bling.
Yes, Polish bling. And the really washed out bandana.
And by the way, you know, this could just be a piece of string.
Yes, could be, but it's not. It's a
Yes.
shoelace.
Correct. I know you don't carry string.
Yes. This is what we're going to try to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to ask you, Johnny, to hold this in right over here. I'm going to ask you, what was your name?
Tony Lee.
Tony Lee, exactly. I know you from somewhere.
Yeah, I see you every morning when I do your hair and makeup.
I knew you looked familiar. Could you hold this for me right here? Okay, watch. Watch as the great wizard is going to create a magnificent illusion with the shoelace. This gentleman, what was your name, sir?
Lee.
Correct, it is Lee.
And by the way,
we-
this is the opposite of a Houdini trick. Instead of getting out, your ring will be getting in.
Well, I try to do this a lot of times. Try to get into things as opposed to get out of things,
Yes.
if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
Would you be kind enough to pull out the string? Now, I should point out that you saw the string's ends at all times. You saw that the string was completely separated from the ring and from the safety pin.
Yeah.
Yet, watch what happens. Pull it out. Pull it out, pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. It is completely linked.
On the rope, pinned in place.
This next effect, linked, is a really pretty clever effect. It actually fooled me when I saw it performed by a guy named Mark Wilson, a magician, a really good magician.
A wonderful friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was about a week ago.
Oh, well, you get fooled. Still, we all can still get fooled, and it's a great trick, and I can understand why you were fooled.
This is like really a week ago. I'm serious.
Now, this takes 3 items. It takes a piece of heavy string, light rope. In this case, we're using a shoelace, which works really well for this,
And a finger ring.
and a borrowed finger ring and a safety pin. And if you'll remember on the performance, Criss covered all the items with his bandana.
But we won't do that now.
No, because that's so you can't see how the trick is done. But here's what happens underneath the bandana. The first thing Criss does is pull a good-sized portion of the shoelace in the form of a loop off to the right and through the ring itself. Then he takes the safety pin, opens it, and he pins this section to this section. Once he's through, he closes the safety pin. Now, as you can see, the ring is trapped between this loop here. Now, once he's done that, he puts his finger in the large loop and he asked the person to his left to pull the string out from under the bandana.
Now, this is again under the cover of two volunteers
holding
the bandana that you work underneath.
But this is what happens. This actually pulls the string or the shoelace out of the ring and allows it to be shown pinned directly on it. Looks like a real penetration. And that's the secret to linked.
Mark Wilson style. You know what, Johnny? I want to try something with your quarter. This is your quarter, right?
Yes, it is.
It is your quarter? It has a good aura right there.
No, aura's right there.
Oh. What's your name?
Laura.
Aura, real? Is that really your name?
That's really my name.
Oh, I'm Chris.
Chris, you have a nice aura.
Thank you. So, Aura, I'm gonna try something. We have a quarter. I'm gonna take it and place it into my hand, just like this. Now, I'm sure you think I can make that disappear, but I'd have to close my hand and do something funny. I'm not gonna be funny. I'm gonna do something very, very simple. This is my magic wand. It's not a magic marker, it's a magic wand. Although it looks a little bit like a marker, it is a magic wand. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wave the magic wand over the quarter. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Wait a second. You know what? I have to let you on a little secret. That shouldn't get too much applause because the magic wand or the marker is really over here. You see? It's in my hair and my ear. But this should get a little bit more applause, though, than what you just gave me, because watch the quarter. And it really does completely go. A miracle for 25 cents. I'll teach it to you. Do you have another 25 cents? I'll teach it to you.
That's it. That's all you're getting.
This is tapped out. Requires some misdirection, a quarter, and the pen. What you tell the spectators is that you're going to make the quarter vanish once you've tapped it 3 times. What it looks like from behind the scenes is this, Johnny. You go 1, 2. When you come up after striking it the second time, you take the pen, stick it behind your ear. You come down and make it look like the pen vanished. You then say to the spectator, no, let me show you where the pen went. You turn to show them your ear. When you remove the pen, you really take the quarter and place it into your pocket, but you maintain as if the quarter was in your hand. When you come back around, you then tap what they believe is the quarter, and you say, look, the quarter's vanished after I tapped it 3 times. There you have it, tapped out. You know what, Johnny?
Yeah.
Mind if I try in a little demonstration?
Using me?
Yeah.
That'd be great. I haven't done anything.
Well, I just don't want to hurt anybody else because,
One of those kind of
yeah,
things.
you're kind of going to be like the guinea pig.
Okay,
All right?
I'm ready.
All right, good. You're going to stand right over here for me, right?
Okay.
Perfect. And I need 2 gentlemen. How about George?
Okay. Chris?
And
Don.
Don, correct. Come on up here, Don. George and Don. I have 2 pieces. Why don't you stand to the sides of Johnny? Great. And I have 2 pieces of rope right over here. I'm going to ask you to actually grab onto an end. You grab onto this end. And just pull it like this. Make sure it's nice and solid, right? Right?
Okay.
Solid?
Yep.
Good? Okay, perfect. This is what we're going to do here. Drop your end. Drop your end. You drop your end. I'm going to bring this around, Johnny. You want to open up your jacket,
Yes, I
Johnny?
will, sure.
You want me to put it in behind your back?
Yeah, sure.
Inside the jacket?
Inside the jacket.
Yeah? We can
Yes,
do that?
yes,
Is that all right?
okay,
Sure.
yes, positive.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to do this.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you to grab on an end really quick. Okay, and you're going to grab on an end real quick. Don't pull. Yeah, because I'm going to take one of the ends right over here, and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. We're going to make...
You gonna tie me on top of it?
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Actually, this will probably be one of your favorite tricks, Johnny. Okay, let's review. We have 2 pieces of rope, correct? 2 pieces of rope that you both pulled on. Don and George, you pulled on it. They were good and solid, right? then we just took both pieces, wrapped them around Johnny's body, and you're holding both ends, correct?
Yes.
What I'm going to ask you to do, Johnny,
Yes.
you're getting old.
No, I've been there for a long time.
Well, I'm getting old as well, but not as old as you.
Okay.
So if I screw this up and you end up in two pieces, so
I can
be it.
always go into an act where they saw people in half.
Yes. You know what? I can keep you employed.
Yes, okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is, on a count of three, I'm going to ask George and Don to pull. You know what you're going to do?
What?
You're going to walk forward.
Really?
Yeah. You're just
Okay.
going to walk forward. Ready?
What, on the count of three?
On a count of three.
All right.
Ready? Can you help me out here? And we'll do it in English. 1, 2, 3. Pull!
Wow! That's the darndest thing I've ever
Look at
seen. Incredible. I think
Yeah.
that deserves a hand.
Yeah. And you all right?
I'm fine.
All right, just don't drink any fluids. You'll be all right. Hey, thank you so much, George. Thank you, Don.
Very impressive.
And my good friend and mentor,
Thank
Johnny
you,
Thompson.
Chris.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, all right? Just be very careful. Be
Ta-da!
very careful walking over there.
Okay,
Be
yeah.
very careful. Be very careful. Let's show them how we can have a rope pass right through your body.
What is that you're doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
I just wanted to explain how we can have a rope pass right through your body. Let's show them the preparation right now. Go, Johnny.
First of all, you're going to need 2 pieces of rope of equal length. These are about 9 feet. 9 or 10 feet in length is correct. Prior to your performance, you're going to take a piece of white thread and loop it and tie it around those 2 pieces of thread at the center.
How many times do you tie it? Is it just once?
Just
or?
once. And you want light thread that will break easily, and you just tie it in a knot. But if you look closer, you can see it. It's looped around both of these pieces
Right
of thread
there.
right there, correct.
Yeah. So you just make a knot.
Yeah, and it's white and invisible once it's in position.
Right.
Then you're ready to perform the trick.
We need 2 guys for this.
Yes, we do. Can we get 2 people in here?
What's your name?
Sure. Jason.
Jason, pleasure to meet
Hey,
you.
you too.
How are you,
And,
Jason?
How are you?
This gentleman right over here, what's your name?
Joe.
Joe, pleasure to meet you. I drink naked. Do me a favor, don't have any drinks today. Told you I was going to do it again. I did.
All right. Now you introduce the rope. You have one of the gentlemen hold one end, the other gentleman hold the other 2 ends, and you say, now, to prove this is a real solid rope, pull on it. It doesn't come apart. Pull as hard as you can. It's really a solid rope. All right. Now we're ready for the presentation of the trick. Why don't you take over from this point, because I'll be the spectator once again.
Okay. The key here, why don't we play this so that this is the audience, so we give them the behind-the-scenes look, the magician's point of view, if you will.
All right, I'll turn around.
And for the sake of the demonstration, we're going to keep everything over your jacket. When you perform this, you should place the rope underneath the jacket so you can perform at 360 degrees in the round.
The
But
jacket
for
will
now,
be covering the work.
Right, but for now, we're not going to do that, just so you can see how it works. Let go of your end, let go of your end. Could you please step towards the front there? And you step towards the front there. When I ask them to step to the front, what I'm really doing is I'm getting the rope in this position. That's all I have to do. When I place the rope around Johnny's back, I'm going to ask them, would you take this end over here? And you take this end over here. Just hold it. Make sure they don't pull on the rope at this point, because they will break the thread. Just ask them to hold it. Walk towards the front. Excuse me, sir.
Should I turn around, guys, or should we all turn around?
Yeah,
so we
let's
can
do
see
that.
it from the
Let's
front?
turn around.
Okay, come around.
Go this way.
Okay.
Perfect. So now, I'd be coming around towards the front. I would ask them to select either end. It doesn't matter. Pick an end. That end there, I'll take that. And you select an end, Jason, as well. Thank you. Going to make a simple knot right there. You take that. Take that. Everything at this point is done. They're holding both ends on each side. Johnny, you're ready?
Yes, and of course, the one rope here,
Yeah, let's show them what it looks like. Let's do a complete
once
turn.
again. And we can actually show what happens from this view once
Yes.
again. So you can see it's just being held by that simple thread, but no one else is aware of that.
Right. So it appears, it creates the illusion that both ropes that were pulled, that were solid, are completely around Johnny. In reality, that's not the case at all. And because of that, you can create a wonderful illusion, creating the effect that the ropes go right through Johnny's body. So what we're going to do, gentlemen, is on a count of 3, I'm going to ask you to pull on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Watch. It appears that he just went right through the ropes.
It appears that the ropes actually came right through my body.
There you have it. Rope through the body. We have 52 cards in the deck. Your name?
Jake.
Jake, pleasure to meet you. I'm Chris. I'm going to try to show you an effect with 4 of the 52 cards. What would you say we should do here, Johnny?
Why don't we ask this young lady?
You want to ask this young lady? Go ahead, ask her. You
Name
ask her on a
4.
date, or what are you going to
No.
Okay.
Why don't you name 4 of a kind?
Aces.
Aces. That's a tall order. Jake, I want you to examine the inside of my jacket pocket. There's nothing there, right? You can check it out?
Right.
Fair enough? Okay. Can I ask you to...
Jake shuffle the cards, too.
You know what? I was going to ask him to shuffle the cards and then put them into my pocket. That way it will be a true mystery, Johnny.
Okay.
Please. Doing a card trick.
See that?
Please. This is my favorite part.
What, are you shuffling them?
Yeah. All right, so fair enough. They've been shuffled a bit. I'm going to try to show you something. What did you say you wanted the...
The aces.
The aces, okay. Watch as I try to locate the aces. Watch. I think I'm going to go with this one right here, look. Out of the pocket comes one card, and of course it's my favorite card, the ace of spades. Try to hold back the applause.
You're only on one.
Well, there was 1 in 52 chance. All right, let me see what I can do. Let's see if I can do that again. Let's see, I got one. I'm going to go with this one right over here. There we go, another ace of diamonds. Now we're going to try to ramp this up a bit. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to see if I can get actually two cards out of the jacket. And of course they are the other aces. And for those skeptics out there or watching this, Jake, go in the pocket, pull out the pack, and just make sure indeed that there are no aces. Do you see any aces?
No.
No aces.
I do. They're right here.
Exactly. And there is 4 aces anytime. Yes. Not bad. Not bad. Thank you very much. All right. Aces anytime. What a wonderful effect that makes you look like a pro and probably will get you banned from the casino.
That's right. You're going to look like a real sleight of hand performer, although there's no sleight of hand involved whatsoever.
Just a little preparation. You pull out the 4 aces before you begin. You take them, place them inside your shirt pocket.
And you're ready to perform.
You ask somebody to shuffle up the deck any way they'd like.
They're
Very
done.
nice. I'd like you to examine the inside pocket.
The spectator examines the pocket, finds there's nothing inside.
Take the cards, place them inside the pocket.
Cards are placed in the pocket.
I must admit, you shuffle that deck quite nicely. I'm going to shuffle it my own way.
It's a pretty good gag.
I want you to think of your favorite 4 of a kind.
The 4 aces. And now the reason I said that is most of the time people will name the 4 aces. Sometimes they don't. If they don't mention the 4 aces, let's say they say the 4 queens, you say, obviously, you're not a card player because 4 queens are wonderful, but if you really want to win with 4 of a kind, you should have called out the 4 aces. Let's do that first. I'll find you the 4 aces. And then you're into the
Sure.
trick. But as I said, most of the time, people who play cards, and you can start out by
Yeah,
saying...
you can go
is
to
there
a bunch of different people.
You'd say,
yeah.
is somebody a card player here? And when you ask them to name their 4 of the kind, most
4
of the time
aces.
they will say the 4 aces. But that's your out if they don't.
Right. And you can even ask a couple of different people,
Yes.
and you're going to get somebody to say it.
Yes, and you say, I'll start with the aces, and then you can just leave it there, you
Right.
know, and not do any others.
Absolutely. Once you get that answer, 4 aces, you proceed to do this. You appear to be going into the pocket with the cards, but in reality, under cover of your jacket, you're going into your breast pocket and removing one of the aces, creating the illusion that it's coming out of your breast pocket. The way you do that is you actually take the card once you get out of your breast pocket and place it into your jacket pocket. So it looks like this, exposed.
Going from your shirt pocket?
Yeah, I'm going to come this way. I'm going to locate the card. I'm not even going to look down. I'm just going to make it look like I'm feeling for it. And I just placed it in there, and I don't let go of it. I hold on to it. So that way when I come out, I could say, oh, yes, this is 1 ace. And that's the convincer right there.
Yeah, you only have to do that once.
Absolutely. You don't even have to do it.
No.
I think it's a nice little touch.
Yes.
Now you go in.
The rest you
You
just
do the
take
same
out.
thing. You just
Excuse me
reach
for
in.
talking over you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Okay. And
We're being so polite.
Yes. Go on.
Screw that. The next thing you do is you reach into your jacket, or what appears to be a jacket, and you go in, you take out the next card, and you have to make it look like you're searching through. Pull that out,
And then if you want to really finish it, you take 2 cards out for the finish.
and you do the same thing, but this time you're taking out 2 cards, saying, look at that, I'm pretty good. 4 aces, anytime. And if you don't believe me, go ahead, sir. Take out the rest of the cards. I'd like you to look through the cards and see if indeed the 4 aces are missing from it.
And of course, when they check, they are missing. That's aces anytime.
Anytime. So what we have here is 52 cards, right? And what I'm going to ask you to do right now is I'm going to ask you to, it doesn't matter that we all see it, including myself and Johnny. I'm going to ask you to take out any one. You take out one, and would you be kind to take out one? And just keep it face up on the table. Perfect. Good. And, well, actually, Dora, why don't you select the card? Great. Perfect. I want you to see that, again, we have nothing in the pocket. We did effect before with the pocket. We'll try this one. Everybody remembers their card, right? Right? Okay. Should I have them name out a card, or should I just go in and help?
Why don't you have someone think of one of those 3 cards? Otherwise, you don't have much of a trick.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't we have one of the young ladies think of one?
Go ahead, select the young lady.
Aura, you saw all 3 cards. Do you remember their names? Can you think of one?
Don't
tell
say
us
it,
what
don't
it
say
is.
all right?
I'm not going
Don't
to
tell
you.
him in particular. All right. Find the card she's thinking of.
Johnny,
You have a 1 in 3 chance.
well, it's definitely not this one. I don't think it's that one. You really love to put me through the test, huh? Let's see. No, I don't think it's this one.
Well, you're committed.
I'm committed now. If
All right,
not
for the first
correct, I
time,
don't know
yeah.
where I'll be admitted to.
What was the name of your card?
Was his card
Which one was
with
it?
7, what do you call it?
Spades.
Spades.
7 of spades.
Well,
No way. Oh my God.
All right.
the 7.
How do you always put me through the test there? Always put me right to the grinder, and I have to come through, and if I don't...
And if he won't tell you, I'll teach you how to do that trick.
You're the one who challenged me. How do you
I
know how
know,
I
well.
do that?
I don't
How
know
do
how
I
you
do-
did it. I know how I would do it.
Yeah?
It's the name of this trick, and it's a trick that'll make you look like you really have mental prowess. You'll make him.
Prophecy.
A wonderful trick. That's the title of it, Prophecy. And it's one that'll make you look like you're a real mind reader.
Or a mind freak.
Or a real mind freak.
There you go. The first thing you need to do before you perform it is you need to take out any two cards. Doesn't matter which two. So I'm just going to take these two. They're dummy cards. Just forget about them. And you're going to place them inside your shirt pocket. That's it.
And you're ready to perform.
Yeah. Sir, would you be kind enough to select 3 cards and place them right over here? Now, if I had 3 or 4 different volunteers, I'd have each select one. But since we only have Johnny, he's going to do all the selections.
I'm doing all the work.
All the work. You're going to pick all the cards. So I noticed that we have a 5, a 10, and a king. You notice that the greatest value is over here. The least value is over here. Now I'm going to pick them up in a way that's going to maintain a very specific order. Now, if you were to have the cards like this, when you pull them out, or if different people pick them, I would just go like this to set them up so that it would maintain the least value, greatest value to the right. And I'd pick it up the same exact way. That's important, and you'll know why in a few moments. You take this and you say, look, I'd like you to take the cards and place them right into my pocket. And I want to show you that there's nothing in my pocket.
Correct.
Yet I'd like you to take and place them this way, inside the jacket. What I've done is I've taken the King of Diamonds, which has the greatest value, and kept it closest to my heart. The card with the least value is closest to the jacket.
Okay.
Okay?
Now he's ready.
I'm ready. I'm going to ask, sir, I want you to think of one of the 3 cards. I want you to lock it into your mind right now. You have it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, it's definitely not this card. What I'm going to do next is reach into my shirt with using the jacket as my cover, so he doesn't see me reaching into my shirt. He thinks I'm reaching into the jacket, but I'm not. Going into my shirt and pulling out one of the cards. I look at it and I say, this is definitely not the card that you're thinking. And it's important to place it into the deck.
That way you're burying the card and they can't find it again and realize it's
No
not
proof.
one of the 3, right?
No proof. I want you to think of the card. Really envision the card.
I am.
This is going to be difficult, I say. I'm going to go with this one right over here. Again, I'm reaching into my shirt pocket and pulling out the dummy card. He thinks I'm pulling it out of my jacket, though.
I think it's one of the 3 cards.
Yes,
Another of the 3
exactly.
cards, I should say.
This is definitely not your card. We'll replace it into the deck. I have 1 card left in my jacket. I want you to name for me, right now, for the very first time, what that card is.
The King of Diamonds.
The King of Diamonds. Now, in my mind, I know the King of Diamonds is closest to my heart. So I'm actually going to show this. I'm going to, open my jacket, reach into my pocket, and I'm going to go closest to my heart and pull that card out. Just like so, place it on the table. I'd ask him, wouldn't you agree it would be a miracle if that was the card that you were thinking?
I think so, yes.
What was the card?
The King of Diamonds.
And of course it is.
The King of Diamonds.
What he doesn't know, in my jacket, I still have the other 2 cards.
Which you can get back to the deck at another time, or you can simply place the pack in your pocket and then take them all out.
Right.
Very simple way to get them back in the deck. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be...
This is like a Johnny Carson simplex. Oh, anybody have any change? You want to see something the same? Yeah. Wait, whoever gets it out first, need 11 cents. Wow, that was quick.
That was almost rehearsed for
Yeah. All right. Now I can buy some more bling. Got 11 cents.
You're going to buy more of that stuff, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, I got a penny, which I'm going to place into my fist, and you're going to take the dime, put it in with the penny. Go ahead, take the dime, put it in with the penny. Go ahead, put it right in with that. Yeah, good. Okay. Erica.
Yes.
What do you like better, the penny or the dime?
The dime.
The dime. Because it's
More.
worth more, right?
Of course.
Of course. That's why there is no penny. It's just a dime. I still don't know how that works.
Neither do I, nor do I care.
Yeah, but we got it. 10 cents and a penny equals 11 cents. A dime and a penny.
Educational as well as entertaining.
We should probably show them this wonderful effect known as the
Diamond penny trick.
11 cents.
Well, I prefer to call it the diamond penny.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to illustrate it while you speak it.
Okay. The very first thing Chris will do is apparently place the dime, or whatever coin they select, into his hand. And it looks like he's doing just that. But let's examine what's really happening.
Well, it's not in the hand.
That's correct.
And where it is.
When he places his hand on the table, you notice that the knuckles are here, but most of the hand is directly off the table. And if he turns his wrist like this, you'll see that it's not cupped into a fist at all. It's wide open here. So anything he drops in, although it appears to be dropping into his hand, it's actually going to fall into his lap. Now do that once again while you're at the table so you show them what it looks like in real time.
Right.
So he
So the
takes it,
dime?
and now he moves forward immediately, getting away from the edge of the table, and then has the spectator drop the other coin that's left into the hand, like so. Now Chris will say,
Do you like the dime or the penny?
the penny.
Well, that's why the penny is the only coin in my hand.
You made the dime disappear.
Now, what if somebody says, I like the dime better?
Of course,
do
then
that
the
again.
answer is pretty obvious. I like the dime.
The dime. Well, that's why I made advantage to keep the penny in my hand.
So regardless of what coin they choose, the outcome will always be the same.
But you would probably say it like what, Johnny?
Oh, I would say, what coin do you like?
I like the dime.
You like the dime?
I like the dime.
Watch carefully, because then I'll make the dime disappear. If they had said the penny, and you said, I like the penny, I said, fine. Then I'll make the dime disappear. All that remains is your choice, the penny.
You know what's interesting? It's exactly what I did, but different.
Well, that's why we're two different magicians.
So, Johnny, it's really important to know how to practice.
Oh, yes. If you don't know how to practice, you'll be doing it wrong.
Because you're going to get the DVD, you're going to put it in the player, you're going to watch it, and instantly you're going to want to show somebody. And that's the wrong thing to do. You don't want to give the secrets away. You want to make sure you master it. So the first thing you want to do is watch the DVD, know that you've learned it thoroughly, practice it in front of a mirror.
Absolutely. You want to be able to see exactly what the layman sees.
But don't practice in front of a mirror too much, because it will give you some bad habits. You'll be looking at yourself all the time as opposed to looking at what you're supposed to be doing. You want to do that to a certain point, and when you feel pretty comfortable, if you have a video camera, that would be perfect. Set it up on a tripod and perform your magic for the video camera. Watch the playback, and when you feel really good about what you're seeing, perform it for your friends and your family. Then, if they're fooled, then you perform it for some strangers. But one thing you cannot do
is tell anyone how you do the trick. Keep the magician's oath. Keep the secrets.